Welcome back to BT.
Thank you.
This time we get to talk about the male side of things, and lots to dive into. You were saying the top two things men always are concerned about.
Right. Low libido.
Yeah.
And hair loss. Those are the only two things men care about, even though they really should care about other things like cholesterol and those types of things as well.
I think it's very profound. You're talking with the boys. That's one of the big topics we get into. But testosterone, a big part of things, hormonal balance. Why is it with age testosterone goes down, first of all?
Right. Well, testosterone does decline as we age, but we're actually seeing low testosterone in 20-year-old men today. A lot of environmental hormones that are not only disrupting women's hormones, but men's hormones too. So we're exposed to all these estrogens in our environment, in our food, and in our water, and things that we put on our skin that are causing this to happen. Too much stress as well will cause testosterone levels to decline. But I really think it's a lot about these environmental hormones.
So when the testosterone dips down a bit, what is the biggest impact on our overall well-being then?
Okay, so for men, when their testosterone drops, they start to see issues with their libido, so their sex drive often dies. They can also start to gain weight in the belly, and they get enlarged breasts. We call them man boobs.
The moobs.
And then we also see the skin starts to hang, and then they start to get the slump, you know, the old man slump, and they're shuffling.
And
they're grumpy.
They're grumpy.
Yeah.
Okay, so the big thing, if we're watching this and listening to this, we're thinking, okay, well, how do we prevent it? And I know an annual checkup is good, but what are the things we should be specifically looking for these annual checks?
Okay, so you should have your testosterone checked when you go to the doctor as a man, and you want a check that's called a free testosterone, and then you want a DHT, and DHT is the bad testosterone. That's the one that the good testosterone converts to the bad testosterone, and that test actually, when we start doing that younger and younger, we can actually see if men are at risk for hair loss, because when you make too much DHT, your hair falls out.
And there are some remedies for the hair loss,
right.
ProScar being one. There are natural remedies. What's your take on something like ProScar, and what are the other alternatives for male hair loss?
You might have a great head of hair, but then be having problems other places.
Also not good.
So not a good thing. So we go to the health food store, and men should start doing this younger. They need a supplement that has zinc and saw palmetto in it. Those are the two things that men should take from the time they're like 19 to stop things like enlarged prostate and hair loss and reduce their risk of prostate cancer.
What about the age-old myth that some people will say, well, it's the genetics on your mom's side, and you can take all of these supplements, it's not going to change what's going to happen? What's your take on that?
Well, that's not true, because, you know, when you get a gene, it doesn't mean the gene has to turn on. So let's turn the gene off, and we can do that using nutrients and diet and lifestyle. And so the foods that you eat and the stress that you're under are going to play a role whether that gene turns on. And we do know from the really good research that's been done that we can use things like saw palmetto and zinc. And then if you want to grow thick hair, you want something like Collagen Plus, which is going to get your hair to grow much thicker.
Just like a chia pet, right?
Yeah.
Bring it back. Us
guys
want
to rub your hands through that?
Oh, yeah. Quickly, can you comment on the idea of adrenal gland exhaustion? I mean, this goes along the lines, you're working on a shift like this, you know, the shift workers out there. How do you heal the adrenal glands when you get to that point?
So the adrenals are really important in both men and women because they make hormones for us. They make DHEA and testosterone, progesterone, estrogen in women, and a little bit of estrogen in men. And when we're under stress, our adrenals become tired, and then we age faster. We don't have any libido. We can't handle stress. We just feel awful, literally, because our adrenals aren't doing the job. So again, we can use things like adrenal support nutrients, especially for people like you who have to get up early in the morning. For those who don't have to get up early, you know, sleeping till 6:30 or 7 can make a big difference for your adrenal glands. Say no, you know, don't do so many things. You've got to reduce the stress in your life.
That's a very good point. And I mean, you key in on all of these issues that can affect us males, the idea of communication with your partner being of the utmost importance when dealing with challenges like this.
Oh, I think it's so important to talk to your partner. And, you know, the reason why I say go get the regular annual checkup is because most men don't. It's their wives or their girlfriends that are saying, I think you should go get checked out just to make sure you're okay. And that's when we go to the doctor and have the standard tests. But yeah, if you're having problems, you've got to talk to your partner so that we can fix them.
Be open about it, Lorna.
Yeah.
Love it every time you come on the show. Great information right there.
Lots of fun.
All right, Russ.